The woman who lost everything. Salama, whose name was Hind bint Abi Umayyah, was among the early Muslims in Makkah, and she accepted Islam with her husband Abu Salama, and when the persecution of Muslims became severe they first migrated to Abyssinia and later returned to Makkah. And when the command came to migrate to Madinah, her husband prepared a camel and placed her and their small son Salama on it, intending to leave Makkah for the sake of Allah. But when her husband's clan Banu Abd al-Assad saw this, they stopped him and said they would not allow him to take their man away. And then her own clan Banu Makhzum came and said they would not allow their daughter to leave, so they pulled her away from her husband. And during the struggle someone seized the child and pulled him so harshly that his arm was dislocated, and in one single moment she was separated from her husband and her baby. Her husband was forced to leave for Madinah alone, her child remained with another group, and she was left imprisoned among her people in Makkah. And she later said that every day for almost a year she would go out to the valley of Al-Abta and sit there crying until evening, remembering her husband and child, until one day a man from her clan felt mercy for her and persuaded her family to let her go, and her husband's clan then returned her child to her, and she set out alone toward Madinah with her son. And when she reached Tanim she was met by Uthman ibn Talha, who at that time had not yet accepted Islam. And when he learned that she was traveling alone he said it was not right for a woman to travel without protection, and he took the camel's reins and walked ahead of her, guiding her through the desert with complete honor and modesty, never speaking unnecessarily and moving away whenever she needed to dismount. And he continued escorting her until she safely reached Quba near Madinah where her husband was, and then he returned to Makkah. And later Abu Salama was wounded in battle and eventually died from his injuries. And she was deeply grieved and remembered the supplication taught by Prophet Muhammad, which said, "O Allah, reward me in my calamity and replace it for me with something better." And she said within herself, who could be better than Abu Salama? Yet she continued to make the dua. And after completing her waiting period the Prophet himself proposed marriage to her. And she mentioned that she was a jealous woman, a woman with children, and one advanced in age, and he assured her that he would pray for her jealousy to be removed, that her children would be under the care of Allah and His Messenger, and that he too was not young, and thus Allah replaced her loss with something greater than she had imagined, and she became one of the mothers of the believers. And this story is reported in the early books of Sirah, such as the narration of Ibn Ishaq preserved by Ibn Hisham and mentioned by historians like Ibn Kathir, and her own narration of the supplication is recorded in Sahih Muslim. The woman